Hey guys, so I'm gonna copy this. Join me. I dare you. Oh my god. I will actually scare you to death. Oh yeah. You got it, do you want it? You want it for you. Help me, please. Do you like me, hero? Me, hero. Nobody. Nobody. I honestly don't like this. Nobody. Wait, which child are you? Which child are you? Which child are you? Child, which one are you? What person are you? Person. Child. I mean, what's your Discord name? What's your Discord name, person? Where do I know you from? Wait, do I know you from Quotev or something like that? Quotev, I don't remember where I posted a notification about it. I posted a notification on Quotev. Oh my god, that's so funny! How did you even? Okay, hang on. YouTube. Oh my god. I said I would not answer a question like that. That is personal. Really personal. Basically, the questions I said I would not answer is how old are my parents? How old am I myself? Where do I live and where do I go to school? The post-narrow questions I will not ask. I will not refuse. I will refuse to answer. Basically, if you have any other question than that, I will be fine answering. It's just, yeah. I refuse answering questions like that. Because of stupid school students! Last time I cried? Today in my health class. Not my health class, but my, today in my FCCLA class. Technically, it's called Tween Life. At my school now. So today in my FCCLA class. I mean, Tween Life. The reason why, we had gone on the topic of suicide, which in my, I think 1 year ago, I was actually thinking about killing myself 1 year. There was mention of cutting, which I tried to do one point of time. Then there was the point of LGBTQ, people being hateful over that. I cried because of that, because I have friends that are gay, lesbian, bi, pansexual, panromantic. Basically, I have friends that are LGBTQ. Cried because of that, because people were giving hate on that. They were also giving hate about anyone transgender, because near my school, well, not near my school, but a couple of days back, there was this kid in Atchley. We all know the problem that happened in Atchley, I believe. I do not know for sure. Is that a kid got threatened because she was transgender. She was born a boy. She turned into a girl. I'm gonna cry in this live stream. I'm gonna cry in this live stream. Just, no, you know what? Hang on, guys. Just give me a minute. On the screen. I won't give up. I won't back down. I won't give in and push my luck. The time is ending. The life is ending. The time has come to where I must. The time gives in to life and death. Maybe the answer could be clear. Maybe the scars and bruises we share. Maybe I can give one last thought, one last thought, 'cause I can give in when it wants to hold me close, the ones that treat me the most. I have responsibility. I have the life it lasts. Maybe you could be the one that helps, the one that survives. But here I am now, alive and probably near. I'm alive, I might be near death. Death is not a part of life. Death is not the answer to a permanent solution. Death is not the way. It's not the way. It's not the way to go. You can kill yourself because it's your life. Or you can live until you die of old age. You can live another day because I've been feeling so helpless, watching everyone I love, they die over again. They can't see life. They can't see the life. They can't see how it is. They can't live with the guilt. The guilt is not permanent. Okay, maybe it might be permanent, but that does not mean it was your problem. It doesn't mean because of you. It doesn't mean you were the cause of it. It doesn't mean that you had to have faith. Have faith. Have faith. 'Cause all you need is a bit of faith. All you need is a bit of faith. Okay, maybe you don't have faith. Maybe there's hate. But push the hate aside. 'Cause you're beautiful in every way you are. 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 You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful in every way you are. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. You are beautiful in every way you are. You're beautiful inside and out. No matter what people say, go for it. Go for your girl. Go for your goal, not your girl. Have that one thing you're scared to do. But don't be scared to do it. You have your fears, yes. But you also have your fear. You may have your fears, but get past those fears. Go explore. Go do something you wouldn't do normally. Be you. Be crazy. Be unique. Well, I have something I would say. I would perfectly say it too. I think it's time to get my message out. Guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to get my speech out here. Maybe. Basically, what I have to say is I don't even feel like writing the cards for this. This is a touchy, personal subject. So, so I'm going to do this the easiest way possible for me. Write cards real quick. Oh, that's right. Remote. Okay. Hang on. Okay. All right. First thing I have to talk about before I say something about my story. It's this paper. First thing I can say is AED. Basically, you turn on the AED and allow the voice prompts. Remove the victim shirts. Make sure the victim shirt is dry. Chest is dry. Remove any medical patches. Remove any extra hair if pads do not stick. Remove the deliberation pads from their package. Look at the images to make sure apply the pads on the victim. Place pads on victim's bare chest. Make sure no one is touching the victim. Allow the AED to analyze. If shock is advised, the AED will charge itself. Stay clear and confirm no one is touching the victim. Push the shock button on the AED advises. If no shock arrives, an AED advises immediately consume compressions. If shock advised, after shock immediately resume compressions. The AED will prompt you to stop CPR every 2 minutes to analyze the heart. Conscious choking for adults and children. This is more personal. Alright. Ask the victim, are you choking? If unable to make any noise, send someone to contact 911. Ask the victim, may I help you? If the victim agrees, take a wide stance behind them. Place one finger in the belly button. With the other hand, make a fist in the place where slightly above the finger in the belly button. Take your hand and place it on top of the fist. Thrust it in and up. Each thrust is a separate attempt to get the object out. Repeat until object is delodged. Place one hand. Okay. Conscious choking for infants. Also for conscious choking for adults and children. If the victim goes unconscious, lay them on the floor and go to box C. Y'all can actually see box C. And I'm still going to go over the safety procedures for layperson CPR. I'm going to keep going over that. Dude. Adult person. Why do you answer your ex-wife unless you have children? Actually. Yeah, why do you answer your ex-wife unless you have children? Sorry, but just actually don't answer that. I'd rather not know anything personal. Okay. But that's nice. And okay. But just so everyone knows how to deal with, in case someone is choking, and if you're still a kid or if you're an adult, which adults should already know this, say CPR thingy. Kids on the other hand, they don't really know anything about it, from what I've seen. Last year, this was with my Girl Scout troop. Last year we had to take a CPR class. So, in case any of y'all don't know how to do CPR, which if you're an adult, like I said, you should know. And if you're not, this is for you if you don't know how to do CPR. And I just went over conscious choking for adults and children. Conscious choking on infants. Place one hand on the jawbone. Be careful to support the head. Okay, person, I get that you don't think people should be in this hellhole. Oh well. Some of us are still surviving. Somehow. But okay, I'm just gonna say this. For me, no matter if they're for me, I had a friend. Last year she decided to try to kill herself. I don't know how, and I don't know why. But she tried to kill herself. I had met her online in 1 year in time. But I met them online in 1 year, which was last year. Last year, near the end of the school year, for her school year, she tried to kill herself. Kinda. Probably going to be. We're crying. Hey. Well, I could be crying over this. It's not going to be as bad as what happened. Or worse. I don't know. But she tried to kill herself. Do I know why? No. She said the school was a hellhole. Yes, she was bullied and all that. But I don't know the true reason about what was going on at her house. I know what was going on at my house, and she knows about that. And the story about what's going on in my house, which for USA may or may not be on the news at some point in time. Gosh dang it, my voice is cracking. But at some point in time, there will be on the news about a girl being abused, sexually abused by her stepdad. Calm, breathe. But at some point in time in the USA News or either Fox 10 or something, maybe was 2 words. 1 word. I'm living with my dad, not with my stepdad. That son of a gun is going to jail. There's the words for it. I did a year ago. My real father never touched me. My stepdad is gone. He's probably not going to jail. My stepdad, he's hopefully going to go to jail. It's fine. But back to the deal before about the last time I cried today earlier. Like I said, we also started talking about the actually girl, the transgender actually girl. Actually, I cannot pronounce that word. But the girl in actually school, with the FBI getting involved, the school being shut down, and the Texan that was a pilot losing his job possibly, threatening the girl with a knife, take a knife, and that'll solve her problem or something like that. Basically, the story about that got on international news. That story, actually Oklahoma, that story, they're trying to get her to go to Houston, yes. They are doing something about that currently. And I know most of the world knows about that. What happened? That the girl went in the girl's bathroom and not her own bathroom, because the girl did have her own bathroom there. She went to a new building, got confused, went in the girl's bathroom. The girls freaked out. And we know that happened. Told the parents. Parents threatened to kill the girl. Threatened the girl. Well, it wasn't exactly the parents of the school. More likely the parents of different states. I do know that some of the people in different states, I do know that kids that are in LGBTQ, sometimes they're not accepted. I do know that. I know that for sure. Luckily, the people I know, which a bunch of my friends, like I said, are LGBTQ. People I know, they're not. Yes, I heard about that. That was the time I about started crying. Basically, my school, which I'm not going to give out the location of, or the state. But basically, I have friends in Oklahoma. I cannot answer that. I have friends that are. And I am one of the people that own a server because of it. I own a LGBTQ server, though, which my friends own it. I co-own it, so half and half. I kind of own it. But basically, they're LGBTQ. LGBTQ people got their rights a few years back. It was before they got it. I'm trying to say they got it after the woman got their rights. Women still don't have some of the rights. To be honest. The women we see today, standing up for themselves, that's good. And I also see some of the guys that are trying to use women for either any way possible. I see that a lot, trying to use women because they're women and do chores. I see this a lot. Mainly at the school. Mainly at schools, not... Yes, I know. But I'm talking about a woman. Not heartbroken. I mean a different way, person. And if someone wants to get on here and talk about Christianity, about okay, before anyone wants to say about anything about not mainly talking to you, I'm mainly talking to people that are probably going to be like, no, you cannot, no, LGBTQ is not allowed. It's stupid. It should be illegal, blah, 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 blah. So let me find this one book. It's not, I don't remember if it's John's. 987. So let me find this one verse. Because I know there's going to be people getting on there like, no, you cannot be LGBTQ because it needs to be illegal. Caring, comfort, passion, employment, disconcern, courage, contentment. That's not the one I'm looking for. Faith, forgiveness, God, God's presence, God's will, grace, light, love. Wouldn't it be in love? I think it would. So I'm going to go to John 16. So I will figure out. So you Christian people will not, because I'm Christian too, technically. I do not want y'all going like, you can, no, LGBT. It should not be allowed, and it needs to be illegal. That I will disprove one way or another. Don't care what it takes. I will disprove it. I will prove it should be legal to date men, for men to date men, or woman to date woman, or whoever. John. Is it John 3? It's John 1. It's John 3:16, right? Yeah, I think it's John 1. So 966. Really don't care. That's Timothy, Hebrews. Oh, yes, you see that. Yes, I do. Actually, that's the college I plan on going to. Thank Lord for the Indians. Okay, found it. 3. I think I need to go 3:16. That's 11. That's 14. That's good for you. That's nice. Okay, here's love one another. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. I'm technically Christian, so went to Bible school and what we call Falls Creek Conference Center. So, for you Christians that say, I'm not Christian, and the LGBTQ should be illegal, you got something coming. And then we have what was said. Here it is. 3:16. Hereby perceive that we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. I don't think that's the right verse, even. Okay. It is somewhere in here. I will prove that LGBTQ is allowed to be legal. That's good for you. That is not the right one at all. I'm just going to read this whole deal about... That's weird. I'm just going to read the whole deal. That's the chapter called Love One Another. So if you're not antichrist, antitheist or whatever. Who said I was 12? Who said that? Who said I was 13? Then again, if you look at all, then again, Who said I was 14? I could be 10. I could be 11. I could be 9. I could be whatever age. You never know. No, I'm not. Started this account 9 years old. Started posting from 9. I've had this account forever. I started this account 3 years ago or something like that. It was about 3 or 4 years ago. I cannot remember that at all. Cain let the wicked slew his brother, therefore slew him. 2005, 2006, 2007? Like I said, I'm just going to read this whole little chapter. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, slew his brother. Therefore he slew him, because of his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. We know we have passed from death unto life, because of love, brethren, that he loved him, his brother at that. Yeah. There hereby perceive love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to live. I don't care about the life thingy. I'm trying to find where it says God loves all people. For Christians and no one else. This is mainly just for Christians. But Horso hath this world's good and seeth his brother have need. Have need in Sababa. How dwelleth the God love in him? My little children, let us not love in world, neither in tongue, but in deed and truth. Hereby we know that we are some of the truth shall assure our hearts before him. Um yeah. The love of our heart condemned us, not then we have confidence toward God. Whatever we ask, we receive of him because of his commandments and do some. So whatever we ask and receive of him because of his commandments and do things that were pleasing in his sight, in this commandment that we should believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, love another. He gave us commandment. He keep his commandments, dwell of him. He is him. Hereby we know that abith by his spirit which he hath. That's nice, person. Basically, what this is trying to say is that God loves everyone, no matter the gender, no matter their sexuality or anything. Is what I was trying to prove. Yep. $13.30. I could just John 13:34. See what Mr. John says in 13:34. We all need that. Good point, person. Romans. Basically, I'm gonna have to read Romans 8:35 through 39. Unless I can easily find this weird. Okay, I found one about abuse, accountability, adultery, aging, alcohol, attitudes, arguments, appearance, angels, authority, belief, Bible, character, church, confession, conscience. This billion children. Criticism. Divorce. Eternal life. Gossip. Future. Friendship. Full. Foul language. Greed, heaven, hell. Found it! I'm happy now. $904.
And I'm back with the madness. I'm a champion of the people who.
So this is 9 through 11. He hath disappeared. He hath before his righteousness remains forever. Now he is mistreated, sent to the sower. You minister, breed your food, and multiply your seed sown. Increase the fruits of your righteousness. Be enriched in everything to bound, which cause through thanksgiving to God. This is 2 Corinthians. We'll say I got it. Let me just... read y'all what it says in homosexuality. Let's go to Romans 1:26 through 27. Romans, where are the Romans? Romans is actually the Romans, where are the Romans? $892. I am maybe looking at the Bible for a reason. 1:26. So it's the first chapter. $26. Let me tell you what the Bible said, you Christians. For this the cause of God gave them up to the vile afflictions. Even for their woman did change the natural use, which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of women, birds in their lust one toward another, men with men working, which is unseemly, receiving themselves in error which met. Meaning, in my words, it's okay to be homosexual. It's not okay to judge people. Ever thought of that?